We are doing a lot of activities to promote and help our Luxembourgish companies develop their business abroad and to find the right partners in different markets that are promising for developing new businesses. This event today is actually quite an important one because it's a relaunch of discussions between Luxembourgish business people and Nigerian business people who are indirectly represented here. It's important to make Luxembourgish companies understand that there's a lot of potential in this market and have them discover really this market. As so far, we're looking at the figures, almost no substantial trade is done between Luxembourg and Nigeria. Not in terms of goods and not in terms of services so far. So we believe this is a missed opportunity for Luxembourgish companies, but also a huge opportunity still to discover. And that's why we are organizing these kind of events. It's not the first, that's true. We have had a number of activities already a few years back, but it's a relaunch now, and we strongly believe in these markets and that there's a good potential for Luxembourgish companies in that sense. When we're looking at the figures, imports from Nigeria into Luxembourg is purely embryonic, so it's almost nothing. Looking into exports from Luxembourg to Nigeria, it's if I remember correctly, it's about 16-17 million euros worth per year, which is also very, very low. So there's, of course, this advantage I mentioned during the meeting, during the seminar, that we have a direct cargo flight between Luxembourg and Nigeria. So it's no excuse for not getting into business with either from Luxembourg side with Nigerian companies or from Nigerian companies with Luxembourgish companies, as you can exchange the goods on a quite easy way, and this is of course very, very helpful. But you have to take the first step and get in touch and find the right partner, and you have to trust, because business is always a matter of trust. So you have to find the right partners, and based on that you can then start and develop your business. We don't know each other. That's the starting point. We in Luxembourg don't know enough, or we don't know the right things about Nigeria, the market, the people, the business culture, the potential. But the other way around is also true. I'm convinced that the Nigerian people, business people, what do they know about Luxembourg? Not very much either. So if you don't know about each other, so you don't get into touch with it, and then you don't get into business either. When it comes to what product exchanged, I said it's very, very low volumes, low value, and it's mostly machinery and equipment that goes from Luxembourg to Nigeria. But most of the time that will not be Luxembourgish origin, but more in the trading side. There will be some products for sure produced in Luxembourg, but Luxembourg is not a heavily industrialized country, but it's very much a gateway into Europe, and also a gateway out of Europe into the world. So I suppose this is the basis we can really, really develop very good business in the future.
So today we have co-organized with the Luxembourg Chamber of Commerce a seminar about business opportunities in Nigeria, and this seminar aimed to explain to Luxembourg business community about the various business opportunities in Nigeria. So we had the chance to have a representative of the Nigerian embassy in Brussels and a Nigerian businessman here in Luxembourg. Both presented us with the business opportunities in Nigeria. We were impressed by the opportunities in real estate, especially, and also in other sectors like agriculture, financial sector, and so on. And the audience had the opportunity to ask questions about where they can see practical opportunities about the challenges, and we also had a chance to hear about a testimony of a businessman doing business in Nigeria, who has started business in renewable energy and who is enthusiastic about what he is doing there. So, in terms of what are the next steps after this conference, we think that it would be a great idea to have Nigerian business people coming over and directly connecting with Luxembourg business people, so that they can start opportunities to make real partnerships, and as another step, we can invite Luxembourg business people to actually take the step on going to Nigeria and see themselves, and hopefully increase the relationships, the business relationships between Luxembourg and Nigeria, which is a big market and which Luxembourg can benefit of. Thank you very much.
Nigeria is a destination area for investors. Luxembourg and Luxembourgish companies need to take advantage of those opportunities. It takes courage for an investor to reap his investment, and I challenge them. Nigeria is a territory that is there for people to come, invest, and then have their investment guaranteed. It is a space of about 970 plus minus square kilometers, with 36 states, with all the opportunities in the power, agriculture, and youth employment. There are opportunities for small and medium-scale enterprises to thrive. So I encourage Luxembourgish and European companies to come to Nigeria and invest. It will be a win-win for all. It is a call for partnership.
Basically, this is a very good start to open up Luxembourg to Nigerian business, but much has to be done. Much still has to be done in interaction, in creating network, creating facilities and synergies between the industries in Luxembourg and the industries in Nigeria, especially with the Chamber of Commerce, which is up there. And from the Nigerian side, we have to have a policy and regulatory certainty to encourage businesses from Luxembourg, especially to go to Nigeria. And property rights has to be guaranteed. The government has to make sure the infrastructures that their competitors outside Nigeria are providing to these businesses are also provided to the companies coming to Luxembourg. Basically, it's not enough to plant a tree and call it a forest. You need more to a forest. It's an organic thing. It's growing every other day. So this is a building point, and I think we should continue to construct what we've started today, but the Nigerian side has to put more. Mr. Omar was mentioning about a one-stop shop in Nigeria where you can get a business registered in 10 days. Now I tell you something, in Luxembourg there's a one-stop shop. Business is ready for $1, €1, 1 day, and that's it. So we have to look for excellence, and good enough is not good enough anymore, because there are so many people out there doing nation branding, competing with us, do business in this continent. And we have to not only think out of the box, but to create new boxes of thoughts that are creative and follow the creative, destructive philosophy. Thank you.
The reason why we all gathered here today initially was to welcome some Nigerian businessmen who were invited to participate in the polo tournament. And we thought that we should have a roundtable to discuss investment opportunities in Nigeria. Unfortunately, those delegates are not here with us today, but we have some important people here today from all walks of life, from different sectors. And we have some important discussions. We discussed some of the opportunities that are there in Nigeria today, and how the local business here in Luxembourg can exploit those opportunities. I think in overall it was a successful gathering, and a lot of people are networking here today, and I believe that the follow-up is to have another session perhaps towards the end of the year. Today I've learned a lot from the people that have attended the occasion, and I believe that over the next course of my mandate as a vice president of the chambers in Antwerp, that we will be able to foster a very, very good relationship between Luxembourg, Belgium and Nigeria. Thank you.